Hello and welcome to Bryant Fitness Systems. Thank you for clicking on the video. And this video is all about results personal training. Now, I started personal training nearly 27 years ago with clients and friends, and I thoroughly enjoy and love the job with a deep passion. And I just want to give you 7 top tips that you can use in which to help you to get more results in your personal training. Now, with my 26 years of experience, I've done over 46 different courses, read over 1,000 books, studied with Paul Chek in San Diego, California, where I qualified as a master practitioner. And then I've studied lots of Charles Poliquin's work. Everything is nearly published online and YouTube videos, as well as I've got about 10 of his books as well. So I think I'm quite an authority with 26 years of experience, which is over 2 decades of training clients and working myself out for over 36 years. So first of all, let's talk about knowledge. So if you really want to get awesome results, you've got to find somebody with awesome knowledge. And today's world of PTs, a lot of PTs are doing online courses, which will take about 6 weeks or 4 weeks or 2 weeks. And then they think they know it all. And unfortunately, they don't. So it's really important that if you're looking for a results personal training, you need to find a great PT with at least 6 years of experience and a passion for reading, learning, and doing more courses. So, tip number 2, which I found is a pitfall with many people, is consistency. So, for me to read 1,000 books, I would read probably one a week or one a month, depending on my busy schedule. And I would highlight different parts of the book or the areas of the book that I want to read, the chapters. Then I would read them chapters, and that book's done. Then I get on to the next book. And I think this is a really great way of getting huge amounts of knowledge in your brain, as well as you need huge amounts of practical knowledge, because some stuff in some books for personal trainers or clients to read can be a bit of waffle and not really going to get them the results. Does that make sense? So what I've tried to do is read from the guys that have got awesome results, like Charles Poliquin worked with over 250 athletes. He was Canadian. He died when he was 57, unfortunately. But the stuff he put out there was amazing. Then you got Paul Chek, that's still working with clients, still keeping himself in shape at age 63, soon to be 64. And he just done 2 1-arm chins the other day, which I was really impressed with at age 63 or 64. So it shows that consistency is so important. And in my own body, I know that I can have a month off, then I start to get atrophy, wastage of muscle. And this is the same with clients, is that if you're not consistent and regular with your PT, your results will drop off. If you're not improving by 1% every session, which is about 70% over a year, if you're not improving by 1% every session, your trainer is doing something completely wrong. So it's really important to look at them goals and the success that you're getting with your PT for results personal training. Does that make sense? So workouts and program design are really important. And I get many calls, speak to other trainers and speak to people that train in the gym, and they all say, my program is in my head. Okay, did you know that the body is more complex than a car engine? So how can you have your program in your head? If you're not documenting every session what you do, then you're training to fail and not get uh, results personal training. You're going to get zero results or maybe a little results. And I just done a short YouTube talking about men and their menstrual cycles. Now, we all know that men don't have menstrual cycles, but the reason why I'm saying that is because men will use, oh, I've been down the pub this weekend, I'm too tired to train. Or, oh, I've got an ache in my knee, so I ain't going to train. I've got an ache in my shoulder, so I ain't going to train. So that's female mentality for men for using excuses not to train. Now, if you book with me and you cancel, you get charged. So that's your motivation to keep training, unless you've got any, a valid excuse like family members died or you're half dead or something like that is going on, then I'll let you off. But all the time I charge because it's motivation, it's to keep you going, it's to keep you coming. And this is what a lot of young guys, older guys, and older guys lack is consistency. And this is where a great PT, if they're good at their job, will always keep you coming back for more and wanting more. And this is what reading 1,000 books enables you to do, is to be able to keep constantly giving new information, not the same information, but new information to keep yourself fired up. Like I've found an online book of Charles Parlequin's uh, with questions and answers. It's over 106 pages, but the information is phenomenal. To work out program design, if you've not got a program, you're trained to failure. You won't get success in the gym, or you may get a little bit, then you'll drop off. But if your trainer's worth his weight in gold or £190 an hour, which I charge now, then the results just speak for themselves. Within 1 to 2 sessions, I can get results with clients. But if the client is not consistent in their own training as well as the training with me, then the result will go down. But I will educate the client exactly what they need to keep getting that 1% every session. The next thing, tip number 4, is lifestyle. If you're drinking beer and eating crap like Kentucky, McDonald's, and getting drunk every weekend, and wonder why you're sore, and wonder why you're not repairing, and wonder why your 1 rep maximums are not going up, this is going to be why, because of the lifestyle. So I believe as a raw lifter, it's really important to live like a Buddha. And what I mean by that is I don't mean with the Buddha belly. I mean by eating well, resting well, not overtraining. Sometimes having 5 days rest before you do your next lift in which to get the results. So if I was to get you to do, say your deadlift was 160, I'll get you to 190 to 200 by getting you to do a 1 rep maximum over a 10-day period. So you do the 1 rep maximum of 160 for 1 day. So that'll be your workout, as in you'll do the 1 rep max, which might take 20 seconds to do. Then you'd rest for 5 days and come back again. And you do that repetitive time over until you hit your target of your 180, 190. Does that make sense? But you're always resting for 5 days. And there's scientific reasons why you do that if you want to get stronger. And remember that if you're not getting stronger, you're not getting bigger, as in more muscular, if that's what you're looking for. On average, to lose body fat, you should be losing a pound a week. If you're not losing a pound a week of body fat, you or your results trainer is not getting your results, is doing something completely wrong. Now, workout time or workouts are really important. Now, many people go, I train for 2 hours a day. So when you're training 2 hours a day, unless you're drug assisted for recovery, you're not going to get results. 2 hours training in the gym, you're making friends, you're jerking off, you're not getting results. 45 minutes to 60 minutes, get in there, get out, and get the result. And this is how I train my clients. I'm there to chat to you and us to have a bit of banter, but I'm there to train you to get the results that you come to me for. We chat afterwards. You take me out to Gordon Ramsay's for dinner and we can chat as much as you like. It's really important that when working out, document what you're doing. If your trainer is not documenting what he's doing with you, he's robbing you. He's not going to give you the results. He's playing with you. So it's really important. And another thing from a legal standpoint, if your trainer is not documenting your programs and saving them to a computer or something, then if you get an injury or a pain or a niggle, the good trainer will be able to track back why that is there. Is it posture? Is it that your hamstrings are too weak? Is it that you didn't engage your core when you was doing a certain lift? Or was it that you progressed yourself too fast when you was on your own without your results trainer? Does that make sense? So a good trainer will always document everything and always keep progressing it and changing it. So with my clients, I like them to be able to balance on a Swiss ball, not standing on it. So I think that's just all ego nonsense. I want them to kneel on a Swiss ball and go around in a circle on top of it. If they can do that, then I know that they've got great stability, great core strength, which keeps you upright, as well as crosses over into all the different lifts in the gym. So the next thing is discipline, number 6. So everybody needs discipline. I have to have discipline to do my videos. I have to have discipline to do a blog. I have to have discipline to get up and see my clients. I have to have discipline to train myself only 4 days a week. I never overdo that because I know I'm an aging man of age 54, soon to be 55, and I don't want to be riddled with pain and injuries. This is why I back off and not in the gym 5 or 6 days a week. And I believe that if you're in the gym 5 or 6 days a week, you're not going in there to train, you're mucking around. You're not really understanding how the hormonal system works, how the adrenal glands work, and how if you keep overtraining too much for too long, that's when you get the injury that creeps up on you where you can't train for a year or 6 months. So that means that year, the year before that you made some great gains are in the toilet and you've got to try and make it back again. Does that make sense? So always do less and not more. In the gym, do more and train hard for 40 to 60 minutes, but make sure that you don't overdo it. It's a fine line, a really fine line. And this is why I get different results to other PTs out there, because I make sure as soon as my client gets a little bit of shake, stop. As soon as the form goes, stop. As soon as I can see them uh, dropping off a lot, then I stop the session, even if we're 30 minutes into it, because it might be the emotional stress or the money stress or the work stress that's making their workout come down, or it could be the nutrition. They might not have had enough protein. They might not have slept very well. They might have had a row with their girlfriend, or they might be going through a divorce. All these things need to be taken into account when it comes to discipline. So discipline, really, PTs should be called the discipliners, because we're disciplining you as a client to keep you coming, to keeping you consistent, for you to get results for tennis, football, rugby, running, whatever you're coming to your PT for. It might just be you want a rent a friend, but the rent a friend comes with discipline if the PT is any good. Right, rest and supplements is the last bit. And I'm a great advocate or a big advocate of supplementation. It's really important, and our soils are depleted, the food is depleted, it's full of hormones and soy and God knows what else that can really damage the results that you want to get in the gym. The same as if you calorie count, your energy levels will be low, so the volume that you have when you're training won't be the same. So taking a carbohydrate supplement will help boost you before you train, the same as creatine will boost you before you train. So there's many different supplements that you can use. By taking L-glutamine 2 grams before you go to bed at night, this boosts growth hormone. So if you're looking to get hench and bigger, it's going to help. And all these things are really important. I've got a whole list of things that I get my clients to do to get awesome results, whether it's online, whether it's in the park, whether it's in the gym, or whether it's at my home. I can always get results. But for some people, getting results can be very difficult. They may be in adrenal fatigue, they may have a fungal infection, they may have a parasite infection, they may have low hormones. So, a top tip for you guys out there, when you get a hard on, is the time you should train, because that's when your testosterone is at its peak. But it doesn't mean when you're going to make love to your girlfriend, you get out a dumbbell and you start training. I can imagine guys start doing that. So, really important to get your diet, your supplementation, your program design, the right trainer for you. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm Marmite. And not everybody that comes to see me is my cup of tea. And I really love what I do, and I'm brutally honest. So if a client is not gelling with me, then I refer out or I say it's time for us to stop. Does that make sense? So it's really important to put the right supplements in, the right nutrition in, and get adequate amounts of rest. That's why having 5 days off is a great idea. And that's why 1 rep maximum works, because you're doing the maximum amount of load for 1 repetition and then resting for 5 days, doing nothing else. And that's why your strength starts to go up. Remember, strength equals more muscle. Some guys are genetically gifted, and girls, that can gain muscle easily because they've got more fast twitch fiber muscle on their body, as well as they got higher testosterone in their body. Now, I don't recommend cheating with steroids to anybody. I've had a few friends die and heard lots of nightmare stories, as you've heard with Dolph Lundgren getting cancer. Uh, Lou Ferrigno now lost all his size. Arnold's lost all his size, and other big pro bodybuilders. Is it really worth it when you can gain up to 23 pounds of muscle a year doing it the correct way? Now, many people will argue with this, but I've done it time and time again with clients, and it's not hard to do if the client's willing to put the time, the energy, the supplements, the vitamins, and the prayers in which to get results. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on results personal training. So I think that knowledge is really important, but you've got to use it in the correct way. There's no point reading 100 books but never using the information in the book or experimenting with what's in the book. Anything I read and I believe it to be good because of my knowledge base, I'll try it on myself. And if it works, I'll get clients to do it. And then if it works on them, then that gets a tick box in my computer of the list of 100 tools that I've got that I use in which to get awesome results. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, please like, please share, and please get in touch. If you're not getting results with your PT, or you're a PT and you want to get results in strength and conditioning, power, or packing on some muscle, then get in touch. Thanks very much. Bye.